Hello, how's it going? Let me put my background on. Yeah, here we go. How's it going, guys? It's good to be another time live again and talking about Mega Mage one more time. So yeah, how's it going? How's it going? And what's up, Nick? Welcome to the stream too. So I already said hi to you guys. You can say so and one left. Since you were the ones that joined first. Um, yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Today I'm going to be talking about the today I'm going to be talking about the beta that I released yesterday. So if you haven't tried the beta, it's over here on itch.io. You can try it out now. Tell me if you found any bugs or if you find something that you like or don't, so I can get your feedback and improve the game. And Nick, you say, hello, hi. Roman, why is the camera off center? The camera is off center because I have this thing that's called auto frame. Because I don't know if you can if you can tell, but my if of this angle, it's not because of the shirt, but I'm full of hair of my cats. Well, it doesn't matter. I have my camera off center because I was using auto frame, this thing over here, which basically, if I move, it's gonna follow my camera. You know, and why? Because the camera stand that I was using before basically broke, and I had to get another one. And the one that I got basically wobbles and moves a lot. Like just see this. It wobbles a lot, so I don't want to be off camera. So I had auto frame activated. Is it that annoying? Is it annoying or no? Because I could be like this, you know. And Mijo's over here too. What's up, Mijo? Welcome to the stream. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about the things that I introduced. So if you didn't quite got exactly what I added that's new on the update, I'm gonna be like going through everything that I did. And for the ones of you that played, I think Nick and Mijo, you guys already played the new version. You already know what there is, like what's new because you played it. But there are some things that are not super easy to tell. Like for example, in the performance part of things, you can notice the performance improvements, but maybe you don't know why, and maybe you're interested. So I'm gonna be going through everything that I've done. Yeah, you have the potential to be an invincible wobble edit. Yeah, I'm working towards that. Yeah, I don't think this is great, but sure. I mean, the wobbles are still visible, yeah. Kind of prefer the full frame. All right. Yeah, we're going with the full frame then. Let me just remove my background over here. And still, like, I'm so far from the camera, so it's kind of a bummer. I'll try to set it up better next time, all right? Yeah, so let me go over here and let's just see what there is new for in the game. I'm gonna be playing a little bit of what there is, and I'm gonna be like talking about what things are new because maybe you tried it, but I want to be very specific of what are the new additions. So yeah, as you noticed, and maybe I talked about the last stream, the character proportions are different. So we have like you can use weapons like melee weapons. Dude, this is wobbling a lot. I didn't know it would wobble that much. But yeah, basically you're a little bit taller, so you have a lot more space for weapons. Now I made a little menu that's super simple. I plan to expand the menu way more in later updates, especially on probably the next update that's gonna be like in 3 weeks probably. I'm gonna be like making a full menu for you to select stuff. I do plan to have something. I don't know if you have played Souls games, But in those games, there are like some slots. For example, there's a slot for your weapon, for the upper piece of your armor, core, legs maybe. I don't know. I don't remember well. But the thing is, there are slots, and what you can do is you select the slot, and then all of the pieces or all of the items that you can equip in that slot are gonna show up. So that's the idea that I have for the new menus that I plan to introduce in the next update. That's gonna be in roughly 3 weeks. Yeah, Big Boy is still alive. I can show you over here. If you want to see Big Boy, I can directly go to the managers. Let's go to the wave manager and set the waves to 1. So it's always gonna, this guy always shows up at the last wave. So if you want to see that, I can go there. You're just cutting a bunch of your camera, lol. So what do you prefer? What do you prefer? That I'm, because if I have auto frame, like a bigger piece of me is on camera, and well, it's my face, and it's gonna follow me a little bit, kind of. I think it's better for now, at least for this stream, because yeah, if I don't use it, I am very very far away from the camera. But whatever you prefer, you tell me, and I'll do that. That room was a green screen all the time. No, it's not a green screen. You can see it's not a green screen. There are some pieces over here that if I go over them, you can see that they appear because it's not a green, not a green screen. My life is a party. My home is a club. I saw that thing that they sent. Still wobbles when zoomed. Yeah, you just tell me. You just tell me what you prefer. All right. So let's go towards the big guy. I don't know if you noticed. Very very subtle thing, but it's kind of, I copied it straight from Breath of the Wild. You know that in Breath of the Wild, whenever you do actions that take up your stamina, you're going to see your stamina meter. Well, I added the same stamina meter as Breath of the Wild, but for dashes. So instead of seeing your dashes in the crosshair is now different. It's not going to show up when you're not doing anything, not when you're attacking or anything, not when you're casting. You're not gonna see it. I still have to probably tweak this a little bit more, but when you aim, then you're gonna be seeing your crosshair showing up, because you don't really need to see the crosshair when you're not aiming at something. And also another thing, when you shoot and you're not aiming, it's going to automatically take you to the aiming position. So you don't need to aim if you don't want to, but it's better if you aim, or if you really want to aim at something and you have like plan to you have plan to aim, you can still do it. And if you don't, you can like aim from the hip, or like hip fire is known as in other games. It's gonna automatically take you to that aiming position, and it's gonna show up the crosshair. Black Teacher guy. What's up, Bruce? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? You prefer zoomed out? Okay, we're keeping it full, zoomed out. And Mijo say, "Do you receive my echo?" What echo, Nick? Or sorry, what echo, Mijo? I thought I got betrayed and fooled. And Mono Life, you say, Roman, can you make the game for RTX 6000 Ti users? Dude, if you have an RTX 6000, you're gonna be able to run this like 100%. And Godfather is over here too. What's up, Godfather? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And Mijo, you say the milling has been really intuitive and nice so far. The echo was a song reference. All right. I'm very glad that that's the case. I spent a lot of time tweaking the melee, so it doesn't feel like it's conflicting with them. Like it pairs well with casting, you know, because I don't want to, like, the main thing is casting still. But it should feel nice to go and do, oh shit, go and do the melee attacks and continue with casting or selecting spells, you know. It should feel seamless, you know. Like, it's still like melee is gonna require from you to like commit some time for that attack, you know. But if you wouldn't like to commit all of the time, or you'd like to get away from your like cancel your attack, you can still like do a dash, and that's gonna allow you to, oh shit, that's gonna allow you to like basically cancel your attack and keep moving if you'd like to, but you have to have the dash, you know. You're gonna be played 500%, 5 times Windows. So I think it is still like it needs a little bit of tweaking, because I think the melee weapons now are very powerful, and I would like you in the future, when I do balance all of this, to basically make the melee weapons important for mana generation, but not really for battling all the time. Like, your spells are ultimately the tool that you're going to be using for dealing damage, and if you really want to like have a quick defense or deal with enemies that are not that strong, then you are going to be using your melee weapons. But it should be something that is going to be used in combination, not going to be replacing spells anytime soon, or, well, at all. Yeah, that's it. Also, this guy takes a little bit more damage because I tweaked the way it's working. Now it's gonna take, like, I think 0.15 times the damage when he's not staggered of all attacks, basically. And when he is, yeah, this is super cool, because then you can do this. I don't know why I wasn't able to custom that quickly, but yeah, this is what having a lot of mana allows you to do. Oh, like just casting a lot of spells without having to do the combinations. And the spells no longer give you mana, so the only way for you to get mana is by using melee weapons. And I think it's something that you are going to be doing quite a lot, is the attack on jump, because it's super powerful, has a lot of area, and I'm gonna show you things with optimization, because I tried the game with, I think it was like 130 enemies at the same time, and it was working quite well. It was working quite well, so I'd like to show you that, so you see the madness that the game can become. Need to say, so attack canceling since yesterday got officialized. Yes. And also the thing that you told me, like, if you jump and shift and attack very quickly, you can basically like do the jump attack, but like you basically don't leave the ground. But you have to time it right, so you barely leave the ground. Yeah, so new additions to the game. Well, I'm just using the greatsword because it's the one that I use the most, that I like the most, and pretty much I think you guys told me too. That is pretty much the best one. Like, it is the best weapon, the best melee weapon. But we also have the spear, and you can switch the weapons that you're using with tab. So yeah, here we go. I'd like to show you, well, all the attacks of the weapons. I think you have seen them before, but yeah, here they are. They all have different sound effects too when you are using them. If you hold, you can do a charge attack that's gonna deal a little bit more damage. You have your jump attack with this too. Let's go with the spear now, since you haven't seen it. This one has a charge attack that looks like this, and this is the aerial attack with this one. And Mr. Bobby is over here just finally melee. Yes, what's up, Mr. Bobby? Welcome to the stream. And you can try it out right now. Like it's over on itch.io. You can download the version for free. I released it yesterday. So if you'd like to, you can try it out and tell me what you think about it. Yeah, damage nerf is inbound. Nerf is inbound for melee. Yeah, they're not going to be as powerful as they are right now. Spear for big boy is good. Yeah, it has some use cases. Like they are I think I probably will need to like do the balancing. I think it's a matter of balancing these things to basically I thought about making the sword hits or the cooldown before going from one swing to another a little bit larger. So even though you're going to be doing big sweep or like a big swing and some considerable damage with the greatsword, if you have to be committed for a larger time to that swing, then I think it's going to be a little bit more balanced. So taking more of your commitment, I think, will make the greatsword a little bit more balanced. What about sword smash? Like this thing over here? Yeah, if you time it right, and if you have, if you jump and the animation for the aerial attack completes, and then you touch the ground, then you're gonna be doing the slamming. If that's what you're talking about, then yeah, we have that. And otherwise, if you're talking about anything else, I don't really know what it is, what sword smash is. Yeah, let's see. So I have this. Let me go and try it with some enemies. Yeah, let's go over here. Let's reset this. Oh yeah, it's reset. Also, one thing that you told me to, like, I should make the player spawn in the hub so it doesn't break your speed runs and stuff. I'm gonna be doing that, so you can keep your speed running stuff working. But I just made the character appear from here because I was like doing so many things with melee weapons that I thought I'm gonna be keeping this guy over here because I don't want to be dealing with enemies all the time, you know. Yeah, it's not the effect over here doesn't look that well just because it doesn't fit with the static of the game. Really, it's just a placeholder, and most of the graphics of the game are placeholders. I still have to find like a real good and defined aesthetic for the game. So when I do that, I'll probably be remaking probably all the sound effects, or well, not the sound effects, but the visual effects and enemy designs, like a lot of stuff. I still need to work a lot on how the game is gonna look, because for this month, like since I started the game, I've just been working on basically the core of what the game is, which is spellcasting and the melee weapons, movement, enemy behavior, but not really anything visual that much. Well, what there is that's visual is just like placeholder. And Nick, you say, I mean, I can fix it, but why would he spawn outside? Isn't that a debug thing? Yes. Yeah, I kept it because I basically didn't think it was like a big deal, but yeah, it does make sense that the player should be spawning in the hub. I just didn't do it. Mr. Volvo, you say, will there be checkpoints? The whole structure of the game is going to change. So it's not going to be like checkpoints, more like saves that you can load, kind of like a RPG. Like it's going to be like an RPG light. And Mr. Bobby say, bro, I have a new brother. My brother was just born 2 months ago. Well, congratulations, dude. It's very very nice to have a brother. Uh, so congratulations. I hope you bond with your brother, and you have a great relationship with him or with her. And Godfather, you say, "Hello, Roman. What up?" Hello. How's it going, Godfather? Is everything's going well? How's it going for you, Godfather? Um. So yeah, let's try this out because I wanted to. Well, let's go to the change log so I can talk about what I've done or everything that I've done. So yeah, as you saw, we have three weapon types that you can switch with tab. This is momentary. It's probably not going to work this way. It's going to be like a whole different menu that you can pick your spells. You can pick your clothing. You can pick um, your weapons that you're going to be using, and the weapons are not going to be like your regular weapons are gonna be like magic. So they're gonna be appearing from your hand and then vanishing. I don't plan to have them be regular swords and weapons anymore, because it doesn't really fit the game that well. And I want to play with that fantasy of you being a powerful mage and not just a regular warrior. So you're gonna be a mage warrior, but mage is the most important thing. And Mr. W say that checkpoint system is just like in every single AAA games as I know. Um, yeah, I plan to keep something very standard, very similar from what you have seen in other games. And it's gonna be the regular saving and loading system. All right. So, combat field and feedback. As you saw, I got some particles for not only when you do the stun. Let me go over here so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, let's defeat this. So yeah, you have this one, the little particle over here on the ground when you do the aerial attack, but you also have. Let me switch to the spear. You also have some particles and stream shake whenever you hit an enemy with a melee weapon. So I don't know if you noticed, but there's like a little bit of a yellow thingy going on when you hit them, and it just appears at the hit position, you know. So you're hitting these guys, and you're gonna be seeing that yellow flash kind of stuff. What else? What else? Gameplay changes. Combat priority system added. So basically, it's a new system for knowing in what like sort of state you are. So if you are doing a melee attack, you can't go casting again. So it's what takes priority over everything, you know. If you're selecting a spell, you're not going to be able to do melee attacks. It's just basically not very interesting in terms of what it is, but it does feel, or it does help a lot with the feel and like transitioning of what you're doing during combat. The knockback is something that I talked about a lot of times previously, and now it's finally here. It's not that noticeable with most of the weapons, but you can see over here, for example, with the aerial attack with the greatsword, it has one of the most, if not the most, I think it's the most intensity of any other attack, like the knockback intensity. And yeah, basically when you do an attack, you're gonna be able to push or knock the enemy back. And Nick, you say mage, but has the power to swing a giant piece of metal. Yeah, so I'm gonna be changing that giant piece of metal to a giant piece of magic thingy that you're gonna be swinging instead. And Mr. Bob, you say I use one of my earbuds to save charge for another one because my watching habits are too high for the battery. Uh, well, if it works, it works. Like it's not bad. Nick just say yeah, really useful. And Mr. Volvio you say it would be cool if you include a world where we train movement and practicing other stuff. Um, like you're talking about like a sandbox kind of thingy that you can practice your moves on. Is that what you're talking about? Because I did thought about something like that. Kind of, I don't know. If you're in a safe spot, you can like meditate or something, and you can imagine yourself practicing. So you're gonna be transported to a world where you're gonna be able to practice combat um with enemies like dummies. You know. And Miho say, yeah, I have also been killing morphs with right click and F. Never thought it would be anything but left click. Oh, you thought the melee attacking would be with left click? Well, there's still I still have to implement um key mapping, so you can map your keys to whatever you feel like. But I think I still like need to think about what the regular player expects to have as a default controls. You know, even though you can change them, I think I still need to think about what the default controls need to be for the game. Need to say, yeah, it's very juicy. I'll never use the other melees. I can tell already. A big piece of metal. Uh, a big piece of magic metal makes sense. Yeah, I thought of maybe the way I thought of this initially. It was basically, well, if one of the weapons doesn't really add anything to the game, I'm just gonna discard it. You know, like I don't want to be having things that no one's gonna use. You know, but I was thinking the sword would be like kind of some balance thing that you're gonna be using if you like some more balanced like gameplay. So it wouldn't have that much cooldown time. It would give you regular amount of mana. But for example, I plan to make the greatsword give the less amount of mana just because it has the most range. It has large swings that you can do with it. So it makes sense that you're gonna be targeting a lot of enemies. So I thought, well, maybe I'm gonna balance it this way so it doesn't give you that much mana for each hit. But yeah, the sword then would give you um a little bit more, and then the spear would get the most. But I think since I implemented it, the way I'm seeing things is the greatsword is actually going to have to be like very nerfed in terms of probably mana generation, how much the cooldown is, and I think the spear is the second best. I think the sword is the worst so far, and it's just because of the range. I think it's not because of anything else. So I think I could either, or the ideas that I have in mind is I could make it have or make you generate a lot of mana and also deal a lot of damage because you're really exposing yourself by going in and fighting melee with the sword. So I think it does make sense and it's reasonable to make the sword deal the most damage out of them all. So if you really are into like fighting very closely to the enemies, you're gonna be rewarded with being able to deal a lot of damage and also gain a lot of mana. And let me read you. Let me read you. So you said, it looks playing arena. Okay, very easy. Can't tell already. Roman, no. Cloud can connect to Blender. Um, Cloud can connect to Blender. How? How can it be connected to Blender? I saw a short of a guy using Claw, Open Claw with Claude, I think. Um, or well, use Open Claw, with Blender, and it kind of like got something going, but it was like super basic. And I think if I want to do something um, simple, I'm gonna be doing it myself. If it's like, dude, I as I always say, I'm not opposed to AI, but it has to either be better than I am at what I'm doing or faster. Um, but yeah, quality, as long as it has quality, enough quality, and um, it can do it better or faster than I can, and I have enough control over it that I can like do specific stuff with it. I'll be able or I'll be glad to use it and try it. But I haven't tried it yet, so I still have to check it out. But thank you for letting me know. Yeah, tutorial world. Yeah, tutorial world. I think I'm gonna be having a tutorial in the game, but I'm not sure about the world. Like having a whole world for it. And need to say a practice dummy on the map would honestly be enough for something like that. Yeah, fair. I think just having a dummy somewhere could be a great uh, solution to that in the meantime. And Miho say, yeah, I was thinking the trees show how much damage you do. I'm yet to add damage numbers. I'm gonna be adding them really soon. So next update, you're gonna have damage numbers, so you can see every single like damage that you're doing is gonna be reflected, and you're gonna be able to see exactly how much damage you're gonna be dealing. And Godfather say, imagine a walking angry pig enemy. Yeah, I still have to do a lot of enemies. But yeah, I first have to design or like decide for what the static of the game will be, and then I'll see what I do in terms of enemies and things that match with the story, you know. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas. And I just watched Roman try to figure out meleeing the morph. It is complicated now. Can you melee the morph from here? I'm not sure. I don't think so. There are some that it's very easy for you to melee them, but this one doesn't seem to be one of them. Nah, I can't deal with it. Kind of funny. Now I see the dog. And Nikki said, yeah, range, like the area it covers, it's such a difference. Yeah, it is very impactful more than anything else, more than the stats themselves. The range the weapons have is like what's making the biggest difference of everything, basically. But there are still some ways to fix this. I basically can make them. It's hard to see, but whenever I do attacks, and the animations don't look the same when I'm on slow motion. But whenever I do attacks, I have a multiplier of the scale of the weapon that I can tweak very easily. So I could also improve, or I could also increase the range of the weapon on attack. So it's gonna be the same when it's cheated, but when you attack, it can change dramatically if I wanted to. Mr. Volvio say, important question. Have you added the goggly eyes rock? No, I haven't added it yet. I am going to be adding it, as I said in other streams before. I'm going to be adding it once I look in like all of the areas of the game and I start building the areas of the game. That's where I'm going to be adding that rock with goggly eyes. I haven't forgotten about it yet, and I have registered that in the tasks in Notion, so don't worry, it's going to be there. What was that random cube shadow in the ground? The random cube shadow is, well, it's just a cube shadow from the morph over here. And Robot Riot. He's over here says, sorry guys, I just farted. It's okay, dude. No worries. And Flarier is over here says, hey, always here for my brother. What's up, bro? What's up, Flarier? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? How is it going, Flarier? Everything's going well from my way. I hope you're doing very fine. Um, when are we going to be adding the lore? It's gonna take a while, dude. Like I can show you the schedule of, or well, it's not the schedule, but what I have planned over here. So we are in May, right? May 1. Yeah, here I'm just on. Yeah, let's see what's the next update. Next update is gonna be on probably 22 of May, beta 2.4 release, and I can tell you what I'm gonna be working because it's not a secret or anything. Um, I'm gonna be working on damage numbers, different player healing system, implementing passive abilities. Like you can have some, I think it's called amulets or something like that. Like basically things that you can equip to change different things um, on your stats, or like give you passive abilities. Like in Souls games, the equivalent would be like talismans or stuff like that. So for example, you can have amulet or talisman that's gonna make you heal more when you are outside of combat, or it's gonna have a multiplier for the mana that you get, or whenever you kill an enemy, it's gonna do I don't know, something, or right after um, you get attacked, you get a damage multiplier, something like that. Like those are the passive abilities thing that I have to work on. Then I'm very, very, very excited to work on this. Is gonna be the clothing items. I'll do a menu, like a whole menu, so you can have your, like you can equip your spells. You can equip. Well, there are no more spells to equip, to be honest. But yeah, you can equip your spells, or at least it's gonna be like the layout is gonna be done for that. You can equip clothing items, which I plan to introduce 1 or 2 armor sets so you can try them out and see how the system works for using that. And also passive abilities. If you have a full armor set, you're going to be able to have like passive abilities according to that. Yeah, like basically locking in the menus in terms of functionality for the things that are already in the game. And Regor is over here, says, "Hello, am I late? Nope, you're not late. It's how far are we? Oh, dude, we've been here for 40 minutes. Well, don't worry about it. I'm just explaining what I'm gonna be working on for next update, and I was like showing what I just released, because there is a new version that's out there in itch.io. You can try that right now for free. You can download it, play it, and tell me what you think about it. And Godfather, you say, Roman, did you use Raspberry Pi? I have not used a Raspberry Pi. I have used something called an Arduino, but it was virtual, so it's not really. I haven't used a physical thing. I have used the equivalent of they're very similar. I think the Raspberry Pi uses C or C++. I'm not really sure, but the Arduino I've tried. And Miho say, what if this whole time I have been copying Mega Mage word for word? Well, there's gonna be a time where I'm not going to be releasing free updates anymore, and that time is gonna come when basically I have the demo, or when the demo is out. I will no longer be posting more free updates. It's just gonna be like, I'll probably be sharing versions of the game on Discord. So if you want to try them, the only people that are going to be seeing this, or say seeing that, are the people that want to play test the game or try the game out on Discord. Yeah, how's it going, Gregor? How's it going? I don't think I asked you, did I? And Gregor, you say, man, flies are out again. My hands are itching so much. Flies? I'm back. Wi-Fi was lagging. Welcome back, Mr. Bobby. Welcome back. What are we without time? Like, what if we were in a void and there is no longer day, months, years, just seconds and hours? Um, well, time is relative, you know. So we experience time passing and stuff, but it could be all one, just one mass of everything happening at the same moment. But we perceive it differently. I don't want to. Okay, let's let's see what else is gonna be on the next version that's gonna be coming out hopefully in 3 weeks. So make the full UI layout. Yeah, basically the thing that I explained. I have to do a full UI layout for um, equipping items and stuff. Try better mouse casting. This is something that Nick suggested, and I'm very inclined to try because I know not everyone here will like the casting system. So yeah, basically Nick suggested a different way of casting. The current way it works, I don't know if you tried the game, but the current way it works is you can do control, and then when you're in this mode, you have you press, and then like whatever direction you're gonna be moving your mouse is gonna like lock the position to be that. And the problem with this that Nick pointed out is sometimes the like no one will well, the sensitivity is very important for this. So if you want to like move your mouse a lot, yeah, you can do it by tweaking them here in the settings. You can go to key mapping, and the casting direction sensitivity is how sensitive the mouse like the mouse is when you're going up, down, left, and right. But why would we want to have something like that if we can have something like Nick suggested, which is basically having um, a dead zone over here. So what you're gonna be doing is like locking them. When you click, it's gonna like lock the position from the center, and then you can drag to one direction or the other. But it's always gonna be counting like the overall movement that you have had because you're gonna be seeing it. You know, it's not very easy to explain simply. But if you want to like look at this, you can go over on Discord and like see the full explanation of this. Just it's over there. It's over there. Nick posted it on their feedback for the game. So if you want to see like the whole thing, how it is structured by Nate, you can go over there. Mijo say clip this. Just clip it. I don't feel like it. Clip what? Clip it after the stream. What? Look at the time right now. To find it later. It is like 44, 46 minutes mark if you want to clip it later, okay? I wonder who that handsome and smart Nick guy is who came up with this great idea. Yeah, who is Nick? I know so many Nicks that it's hard to pinpoint who it is. Gregor, you say life is so cool. You just chose a goal that you like and live to achieve it. Don't give up on your dreams, y'all. Um, yeah, I won't. I won't. And thank you for the encouragement. All right. So what's next? So remaking the gameplay UI. I don't think there's many things to do over here, to be honest. Um, but yeah, make sure that what there is in the UI, like have a purpose to be. I'm probably gonna be removing um, the UI thing for changing weapons because it's not gonna be needed later. But yeah, whatever there is, I'm just gonna be like rethinking where to put it in the layout. And again, I'm gonna be remaking the whole UI once I find or once I think about the aesthetics of the game. So don't worry about it. If it looks bad, it's because it's temporary. Then what's next? Uh, Having a player idle animation because now this guy is very stiff. Um, the only thing that's moving from him when you're idling is his eyes, which gives him a little bit personality, and like kind of looks a little bit more alive. But yeah, it's very very stiff. So I'd like to have something when you're standing, you know. Dude, I thought about. I don't know. Yeah, you're pretty young. I'm old as shit. Um, but I don't know if you played. I was very very young when I played this. But in the Bionicles games in the GameCube, dude, I'm old as fuck. Um, well, it doesn't matter. But there was a game called Bionicles, like inspired by the Bionicles that you know, kind of like the Legos, but like mechanical stuff. Um, that in that game, whenever you were idling, if you idled for too long, the character moved automatically and like knocked on your screen, and it was very very cool. I think I'm not sure if I'll be adding that, but it's a very very cool detail, and I'm thinking about doing something like that. Mr. Love say, bro, life is just pay to win on top of that log. It takes 9 months and a massive 18-year tutorial. My dreams include turning into a thermonuclear bomb. Well, I'm not sure how you're gonna do that, but you can come out with a way to do it. I'm sure. I'm sure. Nick is an atom, but I want to be a hydrogen bomb. What's stopping you from doing it? You know Bionicle? Yeah, that's great. And the games that they had were great for the GameCube. And need you say I have a vague recollection of the world Bionicle, but that's a fun idea. All right, so I'm not that old then. Yeah, and then introducing a new enemy. I'm not sure if I'll be adding that on next version because if it does take a lot of time, I'll probably like push it for, or probably move it to the next version, so I can have a little bit more time to like tweak it, you know, or like making it feel good. Okay, build alternative. Yeah, these are all things that I have to think about. Like having or building an alternative spell upgrade system, because the one that we have in the game right now, you can see you can select a spell. For example, let's go with the fire one, and this is the first version of the fire one. But you can cast it, and once you cast it, you can go over here and upgrade it. So next time it's gonna be a little bit larger, you know. And for example, I can do this, and if I upgrade it 2 times, let's do the upgrades. It's gonna be a little bit larger, and it's gonna like basically change in predetermined ways, like ways that I've thought about and I have defined myself, but it's not modular, you know. And what I thought about is like having it, like making you able to, I don't know, improve damage or improve scale, improve lifetime, improve whatever. And these are gonna be like defined things that you can improve, but it's not defined by me necessarily. You can pick one of them and leave the others, or like improve one 3 times and leave the other alone. But I have to try that out. And if it works, I'm gonna be switching to that and think about character progression. For this is more for the story than anything else. Um, then revisiting enemy movement, because I've changed some things about how enemies are work now for improving performance, and I'm gonna be showing you like what the game looks like now that it has improved performance with about 130 enemies, and then adding key map binding for the next big version. So that's what I'm gonna be working for the next 3 weeks probably. And Sharkwave is over here, says hello again. What's up, Sharkwave? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And also Born is here. Says hello. Sorry I joined late. I forgot it was Friday and I was gardening. Gardening. Got finished right now. Yeah, no worries. Welcome to the stream, Born. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? And gardening, huh? Very, very cool. What were you doing in the garden? Were you planting something, like taking care of some plants or something? I'm very interested in that. I always had liked, or I would have liked to have a hobby like gardening or or something like that. So okay, let me read you. Say, uh, Nick is always correct, bro. You can't decide the spawn point, you know. The spawn point for what, Mr. Bobby? Oh yeah, yeah, in real life. Regularly say, bro, have you all heard that some kids don't watch cartoons anymore? I mean, there's so much entertainment. I think it's like a regular, or it's something to be expected. Like if you have that much access to whatever type of entertainment you'd like, why would you choose to watch cartoons in the TV when you could be doing something else or watching cartoons in, I don't know, phone? What are the issues? No issues so far. I don't think there's any issues. There are just new things. There are like two or three things that I found, and we found together with Miho and Nick, which is basically um, enemies getting stuck some places. Like over here, they get stuck sometimes. But that's about it. All of the other things are new additions. New additions. So now you can select the weapon that you want to use. You have a dash indicator that kind of moves with you, and basically I stole this from Breath of the Wild for the stamina thingy that you have over there. I have the dash indicator. What else? Improvements on performance if you weren't able to run this before or you had problems running it. I would encourage you to try it again because it is working way better than it was before. But I'm still falling all the time. Well, yeah. The main thing is like I have added melee weapons so you can try them out, and the performance is better. That's like the very short overview of what I've worked on for this update, and you can try it out right now. But that's about it. And Mr. Bolivia say, why people have to give sorry for being late? Um, I guess out of courtesy, they don't need to, and it's no problem if you are late to the stream. Um, but if it's just courtesy, yes. Yeah, let me read you. Free food, free food. He's got. What do you mean? You say, Born, we are planting tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and squash. I don't know squash. What I don't know what squash is. Very good. Awesome, awesome. Very nice. Imagine having a hobby in 2026. I wish I had a real one. Yeah, dude, I wish I had a hobby too. I thought about picking up an instrument or picking up like making music, but with the time that I have, I generally like whenever I have time, I try to either spend it with my family or friends. So um, I don't really do anything else, or rest, or play video games. So I don't really have a hobby, you know. But I could maybe something that I do like once a month, but I could. Not fully free, but some are comparing it to the spending. What? I'm gonna chop a harmonica down your throat. You just wait. Uh, Sadly, all the manders were moldy right away. Red Cat, not fully free. comparing to the spending. Like they grew, but were already muddy when they were fully grown. And need to say, on my plot, we have like potatoes, tomatoes, strawberries, carrots, etc. I don't really care for those. I just water them occasionally. Um, about strawberries, and there are other types of plants or well berries that you can do. I don't know. I don't remember the term, but it's like a type of way for growing plants which involves just water. Hydroponics, I think it is. Um, I think I could go with that, maybe. I love strawberries. I remember once I watched us or rabbit dug up a carrot and ate it, like from a cartoon, just digging and consuming. Um, all right, I think I have talked about. Oh yeah, I have talked about everything that I've introduced this in this update, but I'd like you to, uh, or I'd like you to see what the spawning of the game or the enemies could get to be potentially, because I have limited the amount of enemies that can be alive at any time to 50, just because of performance and like not cluttering things. But I'm gonna set it to 150 over here. I'm gonna set this the minimum enemy quota to 150 and the maximum enemy quota to 150. So it should make appear like 130 enemies roughly, because there is a limit to how many enemies can be for the flying ones, at least, because there are like a certain amount of spots that they can use. So it's gonna be like something closer to 130 enemies. So I'm just gonna wait over here a little bit. Oh, before I do this, it is better if I change the health on the player, because it is very, very, very likely that I just get killed immediately if I do something wrong. So I'm just gonna get my health very, very high. So if I make a mistake while I'm gathering the enemies, I'm not going to die immediately. So yeah, in terms of performance, like it wasn't even possible for me to run the game like more than 100 enemies, I think. And now it runs decently enough that I can like still interact with them. Sometimes it can lag, but now it's running, you know. And if you had problems with running the game before, I think most of the problems are gonna be gone, or at least you're gonna have better performance. Okay, things are getting messy. I think, well, there are a lot of enemies now, but I don't know how many there are. We can check that later. I saw a lag spike over there, or I got a lag spike. But yeah, let me check, because I think we are at the max enemies that I set to have. Let's go over here, and we can go over here on debug, and if I go to the wave manager, I can see there are, well, I changed the, yeah, I can't really see this anymore, because I changed the way enemies that are alive are counted, because they were in a list before. Now I have a hatch set, which is more performant for doing loops and filtering stuff out. But I can't see how many enemies I have over here anymore, which is a bummer. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I should have somewhere around 120 and 150 enemies at the same time. And they're still like working pretty fine, you know. And the physics should be fine too. Like if I go, I could do a slam over here, and it's still like holding up in terms of performance, it holds up. The physics and everything holds up. Yeah, wind zombies are probably gone. Because I switched to hatch sets, so it should be way more accurate and more performant now. Mm, let me read you. Bro, why? First of all, really small little fence. And born to say, I used to play piano. I don't really like it though. And my music teacher kind of just quit twice. One because of COVID, and the other because she quit teaching on per use singing in church. Well, nothing to do about that then. This was two people, by the way. Oh, well, nothing to do about that. And why don't you like piano? I think piano is great. What's your favorite instrument, by the way? Godfather, you say that's why I want Nick to become to be an orange cat. And Mr. W say, bro, I had a deja vu for the first time, and it was YouTube comments. I thought, wait, I have read this before, but I didn't watch that video before. I even checked my history. In what video was it? And Gregory say I still play piano. I started in third grade. I think, and I have played for 4 years now, almost 5. Yeah, I think piano is like one of the most popular instruments, or I think at least there's a difference between piano and keys. I don't remember really. One is the electronical device that resembles a piano, and the other one is like the massive thing. And Chuck maybe say, well, I've started Invincible while the time I was gone, and started drawing and started reading manga. Also been busy a bunch. So that thank God it's school vacation right now. Yeah, enjoy it, and it's great that you have time for yourself and like I was gonna say like consume media, but it's more than consuming media. It's like watching stuff that you're interested in, you know? No, I haven't increased the enemy cap. I haven't increased it. I could, you know, eventually if I wanted to, I could, and it would run well, you know. But I have kept it to the same. It's not for the purpose is not having more enemies. It's just that the ones that we have normally are gonna be more performant for you to run, basically. Uh, Godfather, you say, Roman, did you know any real life spells? Teach me some. Yeah, if you go up, right, down, left, you're gonna get the fire spell. But I'm not going to be using it now because I don't want to burn everything, you know. But yeah, up, right, down, left. That's gonna be the fire spell. And FFYNC says hello. Sorry for not watching you that often lately. No worries at all. No worries. Thank you for joining today, though. Really, really appreciate it. And how have you been? How's it going? Um, and Born, you say guitar, 100%. I have really small and sweaty hands. The guitars are very cool. I played the ukulele before. I think it's one of the easiest instruments to pick up. So I don't know, just for your information. And you say we have one of those really big actual pianos in your house. That's nice. That's very very nice. And Nick, you say I wanted to learn guitar a couple of years back, but of course never got around to do it. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to learn an instrument, like if you want to master it. But I think it's just fun to like mess around with it. You don't have to like take it that seriously. But it's just nice to like learn a little bit more or learn a little bit about music or like doing your own jams and stuff. Because of Roman Black T-shirt, people stick to stream. And FFYNC, you say, does mouse and keyboard count as an instrument? Dude, yes, I argue yes. Because I've seen some very, very talented people playing piano in a keyboard. So I'd count it as an instrument. Say, man, I want to learn so many instruments like drums or guitar, but I guess I can't. Well, you can start. I think, yeah, like buying an instrument, it is expensive. I don't know how expensive it's gonna be depending on the instrument. Um, but if you are in school, maybe your school has instruments over there, or maybe you can go to classes like mm, workshops or stuff where they teach you, and maybe you can borrow instruments there. In track review say, well, I gotta go again. Might be back after 500 years, if you get the reference. 500 years. I don't think I'm getting the reference. But I'll see you. I'll see you, Sharkwave. Take care. Really, really appreciate it. Appreciate you joining. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye. And Born, you say that's a really small amount of enemies. You should increase it, to be honest. Like 50? 50 at the same time? That's small. All right, I can increase it. I think I could make the. But how is it running for you? Like that's a concern. We can tweak the enemies and whatever. But how is it running for you? Because the only ones that have played the version so far that have told me about it are Nick and Miho, and they said, yeah, there is a significant improvement in performance, or at least there is a improvement in performance. But I'm not sure how much that is, and if they can all run the game, because the most important thing is like everyone is gonna be able to run the game and have roughly the same experience, so they can all enjoy the game, you know? Also, there's a sound effect for you like reusing the spell. My hand would be perfect for mouse and keyboard. Miho say more 500. Okay, yeah, let's try something silly. Let's try something silly just so we have a closer for today's stream, because I don't. I think we're done. I've turned you everything that I've worked on so far. So I'm gonna do the spawning time to 0.1 to 0.2 or 0.15. Let's do the max enemies alive. My computer is not going to be able to run this, but let's do 500. Yeah, let's do 500. Let's do the minimum enemy quota. Let's put it at 5, or let's do 600 or 700. Let's do 700 and 700 over here. All right. Oh, and also let's do the player health. Something very big. Because if we screw up, we are gonna die immediately, and we don't want that. All right. No, my camera is bouncing because I don't know if you remember, but some streams ago my camera stand broke. So I no longer had it, and I got another one, but this one is wobbly as fuck, basically. So I have to figure out how to make it not wobbly. Yeah, so it is wobbly. I'd like to know how many enemies we have. I really know, but the cap is set at 500, and I put it to 700 minimum and maximum, so the enemies are going to be 700 to be spawned, and I guess we're gonna get like 500 probably. But I'm lagging already. I'm lagging already, and we are nowhere close. I think 200. Yeah, I think this is where things get funky. Because since I'm lagging so much, the camera can't follow up like the physics, so it's kind of getting behind, and the ticks are less. So let me put this to graphics potato so we can handle more. But it's not about graphics. Graphically, the game is not that um like it doesn't ask that much, you know? It's more about processing power. And I think I could improve this with basically instead of well, this is not a problem because we're regularly not going to have that many enemies. Uh, but the problem is they are all running AI, pathfinding. They are all running sort of complex ground detection because they are using a character controller. So what I could do to improve performance if I wanted to is I could make every single one of these enemies, instead of having a character controller, I could have a script that just takes care of the minimum necessary for them to navigate, and that would increase performance. But yeah, you can see it's not ideal, you know. We can open we can open up the profiler over here. Yeah, I'm not getting I'm not getting even 15 FPS. I'm getting somewhere between let's see. Yeah, I think I'm getting anything substantial in terms of FPS. Yeah, but that's it. That's it. Not working at all. I think maybe the most I can handle, at least with my computer, might be somewhere around 100 and 200 maybe. And Art is over here, says that's what she said. I'm not sure exactly when you said that, but welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. How are you, Art? It's good to have you here. How's it going? I saw you were playing. How's this game called? This game about space. That's pretty cool. No Man's Sky. Dude, I love that game, but whenever I played that game, I just get consumed and I have to uninstall it, but because it sucks my life out of me. Open the stats and check your draw calls. The draw calls. I think the problem is in rendering. Like rendering is fine. The problem is in the problem is in like the logic that I'm running with every single one of these enemies. But it's not a problem. Like I'm not gonna have that many enemies anyway. But you didn't do it because you did it your way, and I respect that. Batch AI calls for behavior. Yeah, I'm batching them. Or at least no, I'm not batching them. I'm like I have a certain amount of updates I can have on like path calculation. So it's not that bad in terms of AI. It's just that there are many things in terms of I think I have character controllers. Like having character controller for each one of these guys is probably the most heavy thing I have over there. And Born, you say, I just checked, and Whiskey, the only Apple maintained game layer, is not receiving any more updates. What a bummer. Isn't there any other way to like play games on Mac? And how's the game going, Art? How's your game going? I saw your streaming the other day, but uh I saw your stream like just when you were ending it. I'm born to say I mean yeah, but not Apple. Hmm. Um, there should be a way, dude. There should be a way. Why does it have to be so difficult to play games on Apple? And Gregory say, wait, what? I'm in slow motion all of a sudden. Yeah, with P you can go into slow motion. Probably you selected P. You can go into normal mode when you press P again. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Let me bring my background again. And are you saying my personal one or Catacomb? Catacomb is about to be campaign this week or next, not sure. No, your game, your game. Um, Journey West. How is Journey West going? And you say my own game just made a determinate system for making complex entities. What is a complex entity in the context of your game, Art? Yeah, you should promote your channel over here, dude, or at least on Discord if you would like to. Born, you say, wait, Roman, when main menu? We're gonna have a main menu when not next update, but probably on version like beta 3.0, probably. Because I will be defining the aesthetics of the game there, and I'll have to remake the whole UI. So probably there I'm gonna be working on the main menu. So don't worry, it is coming sooner than you would expect. And are you saying basically there is no difference between the dataset for player or enemies? NPCs, they all use the same data. You say, and what's making a UI for it? Oh, nice. I think the fourth weapon for the wizard should be a shotgun. Yeah, there's gonna be at some point. I plan to have like a secret code that you can enter where you get a gun. Just for the memes. And no, multiplayer. Don't talk to me about multiplayer. I'm not gonna be adding multiplayer. Godfather, you say I worked 30 days on my game and 30 days rest. And were you able to accomplish what you plan to accomplish in those 30 days, Godfather? And are you say anyway, because they use the same data, we can make a seed that will always result in the same character. Oh, nice. And Godfather, you say you're working non-stoply. Yeah, I'm full time on this, so it makes sense that I'm working on this like all the time. And I can say this is true for the player as well, which means we can do well a very big number to get a specific character with specific stats, etc. That is very cool. That's very cool. Um, well, according to that, then I would assume if you were to pick kind of like random numbers, you would get random characters. I would imagine. Well, I'm gonna be ending over here. Just answer me that, Art. Because that sounds very cool. But I'm gonna be ending the stream over here, and yeah, the version that I've been like showing is up on itch.io. If you'd like to try it out, it's up over here on itch.io. So if you go to romanleco.itch.io, you'll be able to see Mega Mage, and you can download it for free and tell me what you think about it. And also, if you haven't done it already, please wishlist Mega Mage, so when it launches, you know, and you can buy it if you'd like to. So yeah, that's it for today's stream. And bye bye. Take care. And I'll see you next time. See, a lot of procedural stuff, including equipment, etc., made this way. So yeah, I guess it would be cool to like play around with that though. Yeah, bye bye. Take care. Bye Born, bye Art, bye Mijo, bye Nicked, bye Rigor, bye Godfather. And for any one of you that I haven't mentioned, also bye. Take care.